CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveals that before that Thomas's attitude was still very arrogant, even though his secret was discovered by everyone. People hated seeing Thomas as a mean and selfish person. But this time Thomas still doesn't know how to regret even though he was kicked out of his home and work. But over time, Thomas still hasn't found a new job and lost custody of Douglas and Steffi. And Thomas was just beginning to regret it. He didn't think what he'd done back then could be hated for so long. His reputation spread far, so he couldn't apply for a new job. So Thomas has regretted it and decided to go to Brooke to apologize. And perhaps Thomas wanted to start his new life anew. When people see you change, maybe you will have more opportunities, and Thomas wasn't sure if he could be able to return to Forrester Creations. So he decided to apply for a job at another company. Will Thomas change this time and be accepted by everyone? What will happen? Meanwhile, things become more and more favorable and developed for Thomas as he repented and wanted a new and better life. While working at the new company, Thomas became acquainted with a young model named Jessie. They seem to get along very well as they talk very happily and get along well. The looks of Thomas and Jessie are also very similar, and Thomas is now completely devoid of any feelings for Hope. So it's easy for him to open up to another woman. Jessie learns of Thomas's past as it should be told by everyone, but she didn't care too much. She just knew that Thomas was enough for her now. And will Thomas and Jessie be dating again soon? Will B&B have an interesting love story in the near future? Thomas and Jessie have decided to date each other, and they felt happy together, so they decided to go on a date, and so quickly. If Thomas and Jessie got married after a while, it would be easier to fight for Douglas, in custody of Douglas, from Steffi. Hope, after learning that Thomas has a new girlfriend, in Hope's heart is a little insecure and uncomfortable. Thomas's pursuit of Hope is well known. He's always pursued her over the past time, without giving up even though she's a husband now. Suddenly, Thomas has a new lover, which makes Hope disappointed. In addition, if Thomas later gets married and gets custody, Hope is worried that Douglas and new stepmother will change his life a lot. Hope could only temporarily worry like that, but didn't know what to do. Will Thomas and Jessie be able to date smoothly and get married in the near future? However, Hope grows more and more jealous to see Thomas so happy with someone new. Only now did Hope realize that she really loved Thomas. Before that, Hope has always concealed the intense vibrations when Thomas pursued her. After all, she's a married woman. But when Hope and Liam get into more and more friction with each other, Hope misses Thomas more. At this point, Hope could completely give up everything to be with Thomas and Douglas. She'd be very happy if she could live with the two of them. Hope wants to take the place of the current Jessie, and Hope thinks that this is a position inherent to Hope. Will Hope and Liam soon get divorced so they can move out with Thomas? Will Jessie break up with Thomas as easily as Hope wants, and how will things turn out?